Good evening and welcome from here in Japan. I just got back from Tokyo. I'm back home at my gym and I had a wrestling show today. But on my way back, I like to use the train rides when I go away. And travel time is so important for me. I've realized because, it's such a place of blessings when you take the time to get off your phone and sit down and clear your mind because most of us when we travel when we have free time we jump straight on the phone, we consume, and because we're bored, we the mind wants to create these something the mind wants to basically the mind's just keeping you from waking up to who it is that you truly are. And that's the topic for today's video, is losing your current self to awaken to the true abundance and to who it is that we truly are here. We're not this, we've been programmed, and the systems in place here have been put to keep us thinking that we're the mind, to keep us thinking that we're the ego. The mind creates the ego, and then the ego keeps us in fight or flight for survivability because we forget who we are. We forget where we came from. We forget that we're the ones who are creating our existence. We forget that we're the ones who are creating our reality. And everything is coming from the inside out. So in order for you to find and awaken to who it is that you truly are, who we truly are here, and that's not this human body, we need to lose that mind and lose that ego, which is all about losing your current self. The stories that you hold on to yourself, the stories that you tell people. It's about becoming aware of everything that goes on inside of here every single day. And once you become aware of that, you can understand that you do certain things, and these certain things, it's the cause of effect, right? The law of cause of effect. So everything that we do has something that comes back to us, and that could be negative or positive, but we need to stay neutral. It's like two sides of a coin, right? You have two sides of a coin. Most of us are looking from one side at a time. So that could be the negative side, that could be the positive side. But you need to escape that whole game and look at the things from the neutral side, which is just looking at everything as one. Because as complicated and how can I say, as complicated as it seems, we're all one, and we're all connected, and we're all divine beings. And that goes back to the mind. The mind separates us, the ego separates us. The mind creates the ego to separate us from realizing that we are all one, and we're all the highest forms of creation of God, the obsolete. I don't put a face on God. I don't use religion as I grew up in I went to a boarding school from intermediate, which is junior high school for people in America in that system. But I had to go to church 3 times a week, and at an early age, it kind of, I questioned religion from that. And, now that I know what I know so far, which is everything, because we know everything. We're creating this whole reality, as I said before. But now that I know what religion is created for, it's created to hide all of us from who we are, as I said, and keep us in this soul trap, essentially, to come back, and we keep reincarnating over and over and over and over again until we finally wake up to what I'm talking about here. It's like you might have heard something before, and someone will be saying something, and you can relate, or that I've heard that before, but you don't know where it's coming from yourself. You're experiencing these things over and over again to learn the lesson, but the mind is keeping you from learning the lesson because that's the mind's way of surviving. If the mind didn't keep you from waking up to who you truly are and dropping the mind, then the mind wouldn't be able to live its little lie, right? Its little egotistical lie, and then it wouldn't be able to hold on to the power that you give it. So that's why I wanted to talk about that, and that's why on the train home, I use those train rides to to quiet my mind, and I really had a powerful download, and that's why I'm sharing this, because we really have to lose our current self. And that's, for me, that was a really big one. I share this, obviously I'm sharing this because of my own experience, and for me that was a big one, because I had a pretty rough upbringing. But that's the mind. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It's only the way that we perceive things. So I'm blessed to be brought up the way that I was, because essentially we all chose this life. We all chose the experiences that we have, and we're manifesting every single thing that we have through the power of, once you clear that mind. And that's where it goes back to how I said, lose your current self, clear those thoughts, clear your mind, clear the ego, and then you can finally attract it. It's not about creating abundance. Abundance doesn't come from the outside. And if you have been researching and studying into this lesson of life, then you'll understand that, from all of the teachers, whether big or small, well, everybody, I can't, big or small, all of the teachers, whether famous, popular or not, we all come to the conclusion, that one conclusion. And abundance and happiness and all of the good feelings, all of the good frequencies that we have, that we are, love, happiness, joy, blissfulness, peace, all of that, you need to find that inside yourself, and that's inside who you truly are, and that's God. That's the creator. So the biggest, like I said, I dealt with a lot of that. I tried to look for happiness outside. I thought that winning many accomplishments on the 3D would make me happy. Becoming a champion and wrestler would make me happy. I thought that buying new cars would make me happy. I thought that building a body, getting big arms, having a six-pack, all of that stuff, that, it's just such a big... Okay, it's nice to have things, don't get me wrong. It's not a thing of, don't go out and just give up on everything that you dream of. No, you're here, we all come here to serve a purpose and to serve other people and to serve as consciousness to create what we've created, right? So don't put into your mind that the fact, like, I need to lose all of my materialistic things and all of my possessions to find out who I truly am, and to waken up to who it is, and to finally be happy and whatnot. No, it's about losing the attachments to the idea that the materialistic things are going to bring you happiness. Because if that was the case, then every time you brought a new car, when you brought your new house, if you own one, when you brought anything that we do to bring us happiness, and when we do it on a materialistic point, it never seems to last. You buy a new car, a month later, it's dirty, rubbish inside. You're not showing off to your friends anymore. Everybody stops talking about it. And then a year later, you're already tired of the car, right? So if you get the point, you get the point. But if you can lose the attachments to all of the materialistic things that you think are going to give you happiness, and that goes with other people on the outside. You can't expect anybody on the outside of you to make you feel happy, to make you feel not lonely, to make you feel better about yourself. None of that is gonna come from the outside. So you have to lose the current stories that you're holding on to. You have to lose that current version of yourself, that all the negative sides of things that you're holding on to, the two sides of the coins. There's the positive side, there's the negative side. And if you're looking only from one side, and you're not looking from a neutral standpoint, from above or all around the coin, then you're missing the whole point of who you are. So lose those stories, lose that ego, lose the mind's game. Don't hold on to it. It's very simple, but at the same time, it's very hard, because you've been living we've been living so long in such a different way, under the mind control, that of course it's going to take its time, and it's all up to you how much time that takes. I've been dipping in and out of this for the last 4 or 5 years now, and every time every day is a lesson. But I've only just gotten to the point in my last really big awakening big realization, I guess you could say that, you know, I did this essentially because of what I just said. You like I thought it came through, started, and then law of attraction, The Secret, all this stuff, and I thought that I wanted to manifest better stuff on the outside so that I would be happy, and I got to the point in my last realization that what I just shared with you guys now is nothing on the outside is gonna make me happy more than I can make myself happy, and that's when you think about what's made you happy in life, you'll come to the point and the conclusion that it's only giving love. It's not about buying things. It's not about doing anything but making other people feel better, because once you make other people feel better, you feel better about yourself, because as I said before, we're all one here. And the sooner you realize that we're all one here, the sooner you realize that anything that triggers you on the outside is just, it's a lesson for you on your journey to wake up and realize that it's only the story that you're telling yourself. You can be angry at someone for what they did. You can be angry at someone for what they said, but it's essentially, at the end of the day, it's the story that you're telling yourself, and it's that character that you're choosing to hold on to. It's the mind trying to survive. It's the mind trying to not let you return back to who you truly are, and realize and awaken to that fact. So I suggest the fastest way for you to do is just to really sit. It's always stillness. It's stillness, and it's not the hardest part about getting still in meditation is there's so many of these fake gurus. There's so much nonsense out there that you need to sit at this. You need to sit up like this, and no, you need to find what works for you in terms of having a balance in your 3D. So you need to be cutting off all the negative shit that's been designed to keep us locked in the soul trap, and that goes with food, alcohol, drugs, anything that's not natural to us, and that's most things now in the world we live in. But obviously nothing at the end of the day can affect who we truly are, because we're just pure love. We're creators. We're the highest form of God. We're the highest creation of God. So, and essentially we are one with God. Everything is the one big awareness consciousness. So, for you to, once you clear all this stuff, it's like you need to get rid of all those vices that you have, all the bad food. There's chemicals in these foods, there's chemicals in these drugs that keep your mind in that state of anxiety, keep your mind in that state of anger, hatred, waking up we hear it all the time, same day, different day, same shit. That's the mind, that's the story that you keep telling yourself, and then it reassures on the outside because somebody else on the same frequency as that, they come along, oh yeah, they'll agree with you. And you have to change that narrative, change that story, drop that shit, get still, let go of that ego, let go of the mind. It doesn't serve you in any good way but to ruin your life and to hold on to itself, because that's the point of it. We came here to create a life that we love to live. We came here to be happy. We came here to be blissful and feel all emotions as they come and arise, and the negative ones that come and go, let go of them straight away. We have so much negative energy built up from the past, and it's not how you think of how many generations before for us, how many lifetimes you've been here, how many lifetimes, how many reincarnations that we've been here, where it's so many, it's just it's a constant game of being trapped in the soul trap. So, but if you're watching this, it means that you're here, you're home, you're on the path. And the main thing that I've found, one key that I want to leave before I leave here, is the main thing that I've found that's really helped me is to understand that it's the more you resist trying to find and trying to find out who you are and trying to find true happiness, sorry, the more you persist trying to find that, the more you resist it, because it's the mind. It's the mind trying to find it, and the mind doesn't try to find it. The mind tries to keep you from finding it. It's smoke and mirrors. The mind is your enemy, and you have to turn it back into what it essentially was, which is your power, your creative tool to manifest a lifestyle that you want to live and experience here. So, and to bring good to other people, to bring happiness, to create, we're creators. We create this place. We create everything that you can see on the outside is all created by you. So lose that character, lose the stories, stop telling the same stories about yourself. And I just wanted to jump on here and share that, because I got that message, and I thought that if it's always, at the end of the day, it's always, if I can help just one other person out there, essentially I'm helping myself, because you know how it goes. And yeah, if I can help myself, then I'm just reminding myself. So, and you watching this, if you've stayed this long, then you're just reminding yourself. And the more you can spread the word as well, and the more you can put it out there, is the faster that you're going to drop that mind and drop that ego, because the more you teach, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the more you remember. And it's just one big system of that. You teach, you learn. You never take your awareness off the mind's games. You'll want to get still. You'll want to sit down and feel it, and then the mind will give you something to be distracted for. So for me, I'm going to shoot off to the sauna and the Japanese bathhouse here after this. But I got a nudge to film this message and put it up on my channel. So as soon as I got that urge, I checked the time. It's already 10 o'clock here in Japan. I just got back from Tokyo. I've been wrestling all day. And I've been 7 hours on the train today, so I had a lot of time to get still and a lot of time to just go back home and clear the mind and leave it all where it should be, and that's nowhere. No thoughts come, let them go, and then you get still and you find out how great it is to be who you are, and how great it is to be on this awakening journey. Because don't forget, it's a journey. Don't forget to enjoy it. Don't forget to just slow down. The problem is we're trying to find something in a hurry, and nothing that, there's that great saying that nothing you get in a hurry is worth having. And that's, your everything. How can I put this? We are everything worth having on this entire existence, because we are God. We're all God. We're all one. And that is essentially your power right there, is, slow down, enjoy the journey. Stop giving yourself so much stress. It doesn't have to be like that. Find your inner peace. Let go of those stories. Let go of the mind's games, and find out who you truly are. It'll come as long as you're willing to sit down and do that. Sit down and do the inner work. And it takes some time, and there's a lot of processes as well. You can get still through movement, through exercise. Some people, yoga is created for that, the sole existence for yoga is to find that, right? So for me, I love to get here in the gym, right? Obviously, that's why fitness is a big role. Fasting, as I said before, getting rid of all those vices, getting rid of all those cravings that you have. Is that you? Is that really you? Or are you hungry in your stomach, in your body? Does your body crave energy, or does your mind crave energy? Because it's been filled with drugs and chemicals and all kinds of fucking poisons that they give us to keep us trapped. So anyways, go out. I hope you got the message. I know you got the message that you needed to get. And comment, subscribe. We're all in this together. As I said, we're all one. So let me know what you think. Actually, there's no point letting me know what you think. Just comment some love, because what you think is the mind's games. But let me know from who it is that you truly are, what you think. And if it's any hate, if it's any resentment, if it's any envy, there we go, I should say that, then it's not it's not coming from who you are, it's coming from the mind. So if you're coming with that kind of energy, don't even bother, because I already know where you're at. You're still in the stomach feeding phase. So, but I'm gonna shoot off to the sauna. I'm gonna sit and get more still in the sauna, because I notice when I go to the sauna, that's why I have the practice. That's why I have that in my daily routine. When I go to the sauna, when you get really hot and when you jump in that cold bath, both of them are extremes, right? You get to a point where you're extremely hot, you get to a point where you're getting cold, and of course that's where the mind comes in. Get out. You don't want to do this, it's uncomfortable, but it's all an illusion. So go and find what works for you. I'm only here to help myself and help you guys as well, because as I said, it's one big journey of all of us. We're all in this together. We created this place together. So let's make it a better place for each and every one of us out there to find out who we truly are and to go back to that. So I love you guys. Thank you for whoever stayed this long. A little bit of rambling, but that's the whole thing when it comes to this. There's no one straight way. So, you know, and my mind was telling me halfway through this video that it's like, yeah, I'm kind of rambling on here, but fuck it, it's creation. That's the mind's games. You know, everything that we do is perfect. Everything is perfect. There's no right or wrong. It's what I said. It's what the mind perceives of it. So my mind was trying to tell me not to do this. But as I said, if I can help one person, I'm only helping myself. And if I can help one other person out there who's feeling any kind of negative emotion or anything that they shouldn't be feeling because the mind's taken over, then I'm blessed. We're all blessed. I love you all. Thank you for watching. And until the next one, peace.